new moon ritual. If this is your first time here, welcome. This space is being created to welcome an organized energy, a calm, peaceful energy, maybe after a season of restlessness or just deepness. We've been in the depths here. So this is for the Virgo new moon that is peaking tomorrow morning at around 4:15 a.m. Eastern time. So if you're watching this later, then this energy is everlasting, and it resonates whenever you find it. So let's get into it with the tarot spread. So we're into Virgo season, so this is an organized energy. Okay. okay. We're just gonna go with this, actually. That felt right. So the first one that came out was the Four of Pentacles. It was upright on my lap. So the book says Four of Pentacles represents possession and control. The Four of Pentacles first suggests material gain and stability. Only good news for your bank account and home. Yet underneath the surface, this is a card of warning. Do not become possessive or controlling. Holding on too tightly to the material world will leave you rigid, stagnant, and displeasing to others. Wealth is a concept. So I really like this card to bring us into Virgo season because it's our first earth sign in a while, and the Pentacles represent earth. So it's perfect for this to be like the overall card that came out. And four are cards of stability. Four represents stability. You have a stable base built here in the earthly realm, but like it said, not getting too caught up in it. I personally have had a heavy past couple of days just in a mental in my mental space. I felt good waking up yesterday. The end of Leo season into the beginning of Virgo season here was a little bit rough, but as we're getting into it and as this new moon is approaching, I can feel that was releasing. I cried a lot. I was on my period, so I was releasing through my womb. I was just releasing everything this past week, and now I feel a lot better. So yeah, hopefully stepping into this new moon energy, we can, just keep going with it. So the Tower is the next one I saw. It's in reverse. Tower reverse. Unexpected upheaval. When the Tower card appears, it's time to brace yourself for a change. The well-rooted tree that's been growing strong for decades is crashing down around you. Your world may feel as though it's literally falling apart, and you didn't see it coming. Even though this phase is painful and confusing, it will be over soon. You'll look back and feel grateful things changed course. You might even see it as a personal breakthrough in the end. So it literally, exactly what I was just talking about. It's like sometimes you need to release, every time you need to release and go through some down moments to realize some shit and be kind of stripped of things, to realize who you really are and to realize what you really want, and to really organize your thoughts too. Think about when you have so much going on, you can't put your all into absolutely everything at the same time. I'm talking to myself right now. So stripping yourself of some things and losing some things, or just releasing some of the heavy stuff is really important in order to organize your thoughts and move forward. And we have I almost said four because I saw four feathers, but it is the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles here, which is a healthy, happy home. Really good card in this season too. Lots of Pentacles coming up here, which we love. Always a welcome card, the Nine of Pentacles is a time to enjoy the many results of your loyalty and hard work. This may be a promotion at work or a newfound stability and happiness at home. It's even possible that you'll find yourself enjoying the finer things in life, as luxury and refinement oftentimes accompany this card. So, yes, very warm energy in the earthly realm, getting our stuff together. It really is. I feel like I've pulled this card the past couple of these lunar ritual spreads, so very cool that keeps coming up. We're moving into a new phase. If it hasn't happened yet, the Tower keeps coming up too. It's coming. It really is. The Tower in reverse can sometimes mean that we're resisting that energy. So take this time in Virgo season, just started on Monday, just started a couple of days ago, and use it to get everything in order, line everything up, like figure shit out. That's what this energy is. This is organization energy in the beginning, but it's also like getting moving. It's also like, okay, so we have the Mother of Swords next. Mother of Swords, she is in reverse here. Sharp and perceptive, you'll often find the Mother of Swords putting her sharp perceptions to use as a therapist, doctor, or teacher. She's extremely experienced and knowledgeable in her field. Some think of her as all-seeing. This card can sometimes represent a woman going through a difficult time. She may be recently widowed or divorced and usually without children. During this time, there's potential for her criticism to soar, but in reverse. So Mother of Swords, I feel like, in a way, can represent the mother wound here. Yeah, in the reverse, it would be more that negative side, that wounded side. So maybe we're healing that too. I feel like in order to like move forward and create this healthy, happy home that we want to look towards, we have to maybe heal that mother wound. Maybe that's something that like is the resistance, you know? These two cards, the Tower and Mother of Swords, are in reverse. Along with the High Priestess in reverse. So that's another feminine energy being repressed. And I'll read that in a second. But try and speak your truth through this season. Ground your ideas. When I say organize, I mean get your thoughts, your passions, your emotions into a physical space. Write them down. Create that like actual idea. Put something on the ground here in this season. Just saw 1010 when I looked up from that. The High Priestess in reverse. Mystery, psychic wisdom. The High Priestess sits in stillness. From there she's able to access realms others pass by without noticing. The vast world of intuition, dreams, and mystery. She uses silence and non-action to harness this power. Sometimes this card appears to remind you to listen more closely to the voice within. Other times it's a sign to look past the obvious, to find what's being kept secret or hidden within a given situation. Acknowledge the shadows. So, yeah. I just feel like, yeah, like that's pretty good. I don't need to explain too much more than that. Going along with that, like, wounded, feminine, just like, and like, being in the earthly realm after being in Leo season. Leo season is very moving, quick, fiery, you know, like we were like moving. Summertime is a time where we're busy, we're like always doing something, you always want to be outside, moving, and Virgo season is like the start of slowing down. So don't resist that. The High Priestess is a card of stillness, meditation, and being with yourself to get clear on what you want once again. So like this is all about organization. This is all about getting your thoughts clear so that you can put them on the ground and make something physical that you want to see. Two of Wands, she's in reverse too though. Determination and direction, reversed. With the Two of Wands, it's clear you're on your way to success. You focused on a goal and have boldly pointed all efforts in that direction. Since the Suit of Wands deals heavily with the mind, take this time to become aware of your thought patterns, specifically towards yourself. What is the quality and tone of your thoughts? Mostly positive or negative? How well do you treat yourself on the journey to your highest dreams? Man, that one hurt my feelings a little bit. I've been so mean to myself this past week in the releasing process, and I've had to remind myself so many times. I feel like this card, I feel. In the reverse there, it's like, I feel like this past week I have kept losing my direction and having to redirect myself. It's been one of the heaviest times that I've had in a good while, and my higher self, that high priestess, has really been putting in that work to say, no, get us out of here, redirect. So I just really feel that, and hopefully, okay, we have another 2, but it's the 2 of Swords here. I'll read it in a second, but yeah, we need to flip these energies. We really need to. This one too. Let's get our thoughts in order and flip these feminine energies and directional, determined energies to the upright so that we can move forward with what we want to see. And 2 of Swords, stalemate card. Blocked vision, stalemate. The 2 of Swords depicts 2 opposing forces that have reached a stalemate. You cannot progress forward with either a relationship or a life decision. There's an answer that's being blocked, maybe by choice. Many times this card will indicate you do not wish to face the truth that the light will reveal. Okay, there's a lot about acknowledging your darkness. So if you have been feeling like you've been going through the ringer, as I've mentioned, really put your best efforts in at turning that energy around. Flipping this card, getting ourselves back on track, sitting in stillness, sitting with yourself, breathing with yourself. We're gonna do a little movement in a second here, and I have decided that I'm not doing a yoga flow today. I am just moving through our hips. We are just going to release through the hips. My hips have been so tight, but I've also been able to release once again so much this week, and I've been really feeling these stretches very deeply, so I'm going to share them with you and move some energy through so that we can flip these energies upright. So I'll show you an overhead of this spread first. That was a little bit jumbled, but overall message I would say is yeah, I didn't plan on doing that, honestly. I had some questions in my head to ask, and then all of these just fell out. I usually pull 6 and 7 fell out, so that's pretty good. But yeah, we need to organize our thoughts. We need to sit with ourselves and first of all get clear on what we want. I feel like we have been doing that for the past couple of seasons here. Past couple of cycles here, we've been getting clear on what we want, and we might feel like we have lost our direction in a way. We might feel like since we haven't gotten there yet, and it's been so long, or so we feel, that we're getting a little restless and we're kind of giving up. So don't do that. We have that motivation. We are moving forward. Virgo season is the perfect time to get grounded again, get stable in our bodies, get those ideas in the earthly realm in whatever way they need to be delivered, so that you can receive back, so that you can create this healthy, happy home that we've been waiting for, so that you can have this tower moment and move through, so that you can flip this high priestess energy and be the high priestess who can just sit with herself and see and know from within. Okay, showing you the overhead, and then we're gonna get moving. There we are. We have the 4 of Pentacles, the Tower in reverse, 9 of Pentacles upright, Mother of Swords reversed, High Priestess reverse, 2 of Swords reverse, and 2 of Wands reverse, and 2 of Swords upright. And this eclipse in here, The dark of the moon is what the new moon is. It's when the moon disappears from the sky. There will be no moonlight in the sky tonight, overnight. It's a dark period, but it's also a blank slate. It's a time to start new. It's a time to just have that freedom, that energy that you can just start creating from whatever you have, from wherever you are. So let's step into this new cycle with some hip opening movements. Release anything that's a little bit too heavy to carry into this season so that we can move forwards. Alright, be sure you have some water close by. Be hydrating, moving this energy, as we might get a little bit involved in the earthly realm in this season. We might be going after some business ventures. We might be, like I said, getting those ideas on the ground. It's important to stay balanced in other areas. Make sure that you're nourishing yourself with food and water. Make sure you're getting outside enough in the sunlight. Make sure you're playing still. Make sure you're creating. And make sure you're hanging out with your friends and your family. Taking care of yourself. All around. Let's start by sitting back into child's pose. So send your tailbone to your heels and have your knees wide. Wider than your body, wider than your hips. Keep the tailbone glued to the heels and send the upper body forward, resting the forehead or the third eye to the floor in front of you. Lengthening through the spine. With every inhale, and with every exhale, release your shoulders away from your ears and allow your body to relax deeper into the floor. On your next breath, you're going to take a big inhale through the nose and exhale out of the mouth, dropping the hips. Just release all of the tension from around the pelvis, the lower belly, the lower back, the glutes. Allow that breath to just carry the tension away from that space. And take a couple more breaths with that intention to just release any heavy energy from the hips. Start bringing some gentle movement into the body, so just take it back and forth, the rocking motion, and then we're going to start bringing it up on the hands and knees, moving the hips in a big circle, and just feel through. Don't feel like you have to have much structure through this flow. Just allow your body to move whatever way it needs to, and open up through any space that just feels a little stuck. And we're going to take a breath to exhale back into a child's pose. You can have the feet tucked if you want. Look up in between the hands. And we're going to send one foot forward. I'm sending the right foot forward into a low lunge. Just going to have the hands framing the foot. This foot can be set down in the back. I'm going to take a couple twists, lifting the back arm, the same arm as leg, up to the sky. And drop those hips down on the exhale. So inhale, lengthen through the spine, look up at the sky, open up the chest. And exhale, drop deeper into the hips. We're gonna let that arm come down and lift the chest up. Stack the hands up onto the knee and hold strong through this lower core to support the lower back. We're lengthening through the front side of the hip now, the hip flexor here. You can lift the same arm as the back leg now to really feel that stretch deeper. And we're going to frame the foot again and lift to twist, opening up the other way. Really dropping into the hips. Just feel through the inside of this back leg. And I'm going to take a hamstring stretch, sending the hips to the back leg to straighten out the front. This one you'll feel down the back of the leg, but square those hips off, pull that front hip back into alignment with the back hip. Lengthen through the spine and bend through your knee if you need to. Really feel deep into the glute and the hip here, along with the hamstring. Moving back up into low lunge, we're going to turn it to a side lunge, dropping those hips down. Chest up, not staying down here, even though that felt good. Try and get that chest up. Inhale, and then exhale. Just move around. Allow yourself to move freely through the hips for one more moment on this side. Leg to meet the back in all fours. Press it back through child's pose, release, exhale. And on your next inhale, look up in between the hands. We're going to step up with the opposite leg now into the lunge, framing the foot, squaring off the hips. Long spine, and lifting the back arm, same arm as leg. I guess it's the front arm now. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, open up the chest. Exhale, drop the hips down deeper. And we're going to lift the chest up. Inhale through low lunge, stretching through that hip flexor on the right now. And lift that arm up for a deeper stretch. And we're going to take a big inhale to open up through the right side of the body, moving around, feeling through the inside of the back leg now. Sending the hips back for your hamstring stretch. Square off those hips. Release through the back side of the body all the way up into the glutes. To turn the hips to to come into our side lunge on the other side. Bringing that chest up. Inhale. And dropping down. Moving around to open up the hips. Free movement. Send it back to child's pose. Take any free movement that you need, any circles, rocks back and forth. Move through those hips and see where you still need a little bit of work. If you have any signature hip stretches that you do for yourself, feel free to do those now. I'm just going to take us through a couple more. Okay, so I've been really feeling up into the side of my hip here. So we're going to stretch that out by laying down on our side here. If you have a foam roller, that would be great for this. Or a tennis ball even. But yes, so sitting on this side, and we're gonna lengthen up through the spine once again. So don't crunch into this side, lengthen up through the spine with the whole body. And you wanna just like move into the hip. You can use both hands to support you, but long spine is the key. And just kind of rock your hips back and forth, up and down. You can straighten your legs, you can bend them, and you will hopefully feel into that side of your hip because you're lengthening up out of it. That's the point of it. It's not so much about like smashing it into the ground or the foam roller as much as it is allowing it to like roll out. Like you're giving it a massage on the ground in a way, but the reason that that massage is important is because it gives the support for that part of your hip so that you can lift up out of it and really create that space there. So do whatever you need to, whatever movements feel good. I'm moving into like the front of my hip. I can feel it down into like my quad area. Ooh, I got a good crack in the back of my pelvis. Feels good. It's like self-chiropracting. All right, send it back to child's pose whenever you feel ready. And we'll take it to the other side. So I will just face this way. I think that'll be good to see both sides. I might take this off too. Okay. So yeah, just so you can see like how lifted up and just like maybe any movement suggestions if you're not feeling anything. So I'm sending the hips backwards while lifting my upper body up and out. Feel that one like in the front side of my hip and also through up, straightening through the legs. I feel this more in the hip flexor in a lengthening way, whereas in this back position I felt it in an alignment way. So this is lengthening through that hip flexor and quad. Just reaching straight up here. I can feel it releasing through my lower back here. Down into the glute. breathing deep breaths, allowing your exhales to be a deep release. Your inhales to be a warm welcoming of new energy into your body. And sending it back through child's pose whenever you feel ready. Taking a big deep breath in through the nose and out of the mouth. I'm going to do one more stretch here, and that is going to be an inverted stretch. A lot of the time our stretches end up being very externally rotated. I grew up dancing, so my muscles are very built to move outward, so I have a lot of tightness in the areas that turn the legs inward, and it's really important, I've noticed, to stretch both ways and have that range of motion in both directions. Even if you want your muscles or your body to work and look a certain way, it's important to also stretch the opposite way or work the opposite way, because that creates imbalances if you don't, and tightness. So we're gonna do, I guess this is like a typical quad stretch that you would see in like a gym setting, but turning one leg in and around, and just leaning the body back. You can prop yourself up on your hands or on your elbows, but I just recommend, like, as I was saying before, just lifting up out of your hips, using your hands to like really prop yourself up, sitting right on the edge of your like sit bones in there, and just lifting up out of the spine and pressing into the quad and the hip flexor here. To it my body is, so just be gentle with yourself, breathe through and allow release to happen. And when you feel satisfied there, I just want you to sit straight up and down, and just pull this hip back to be in line with the other one. Just feel that sensation of the hip being turned like completely inward. It's weird. If you want to take a forward fold, you can bend like over into this leg if that feels good. Take like a twist with it. Once again, lengthening up out of the spine, not crouching down in. Always is welcome. Whatever is feeling good for you today, whatever your body needs from you. All right, very gently moving this turned in leg back to a centered position. Lengthen it back out. Squared off, straight out space. Do whatever you need to realign. We're going to do the other side. So flipping this leg back and in. If this is painful for you, obviously do not do this. If this is too much, do not feel like you have to do this. Do whatever stretches feel good for you. You can even take this stretch like this and try and focus in on this back leg if it's too much to have it like completely sideways like this. So, lengthening up out of the spine again, stretching through the hip flexor and the quad. Just feeling that internal rotation. Sitting in a butterfly to kind of open those hips back up again. Now that we've had that full range of motion, one way and then the other. And coming to a seated, centered position to thank our bodies and our minds for being present in this practice, for welcoming this Virgo, organized, grounded, stable energy and creating a space to welcome that energy, to invite it into our physical space. Get those ideas on the ground. Get grounded every day. Go outside and put your feet in the grass while it's still warm enough out to do it. Spooky season is coming, y'all. Virgo season means spooky season. So get ready for colder weather and some more, I don't want to say dark energy. A lot of people really like Halloween and it makes people happy. But it is some darker, deeper energy, and it can be fun to work with darker, deeper energy, but we have to alchemize that, and this is the season to do that, to bring all of our emotions, our passions, our ideas, and bring them into the physical space, to put them out into the world, to show the world who we really are. So take that Leo energy and now ground it. That's it. That's the message. Inhale up. Exhale. Namaste. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Happy Virgo new moon!